myself real quick.
Sounds very different. Shoot.
It sounds like him, but an older brother or something. It's very weird, but good weird. It's a very good mic.
Did Chris finally? No, I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
Did he what?
Uh
Did you finally hit puberty?
oh.
Yeah, it only took me 26 years. Okay. This should be doable, actually. I got it a pretty good distance away. Hopefully you guys can still hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody wants to remind me, what the heck happened last week? Well, not last week, the week before.
Oh,
Some shit.
One of us died. Half of us got lycanthropy, and Strahd showed up.
All in all, standard Monday night.
Standard Monday night, yeah. At least for us. It is. But yeah, you guys pretty much have the right of it. You guys decided to investigate the strange tower that you had seen on the banks of the lake to the north there. Let me get the exact name of it. Just a sec. On the shores of Lake Baratok. And you guys came in and investigated and found a strange carriage just outside the front of the tower there. You guys had a bit of a conversation as you, Olivia, snuck inside and activated an incredibly deadly trap, which in the aftermath left your good friend Viola dead, bereft of life.
Very dead. Very crispy.
Very crispy, well done. It's actually funny because that same week.
Oh, is it? Is it funny?
Yeah, I'm laughing over here. It's so much. Oh.
That same week, I did a one shot with another group that I'm in, where like a guy broke off, and I played a barbarian, and I ended up as that barbarian killing his character, which he was using in the main campaign. So it ended up derailing everything that DM had been working on, everything that player had been working on, and I was just like, I've just rolled good and sorry. So I was especially merciless that week.
Nice.
But not long after the explosion of the wagon, a strange rider with a prosthetic leg arrived on the back of a horse, heavily wounded and being chased by a pack of werewolves that most of you recognized. There was a bit of a kerfuffle where you guys were moving up and down the ladder, up and down the tower itself, before you guys you guys finally managed to take down all the werewolves, save for one, which you simply knocked unconscious to question later. Not soon after the werewolves passed, however, were you visited by the good Count Strahd von Zarevich, who arrived on the back of a flaming nightmare. He arrived and dismounted and began walking up towards you, and that is where we are going to pick up for this week. So, I believe, Olivia, you see him first, as he kind of strides over to you, a smile curling across his thin lips, his pale skin almost glowing in the moonlight. No, I believe it was actually daylight as you guys were doing this. Regardless, he begins moving towards you. Having a bit of trouble?
I don't talk to him.
Are your friends here?
I don't say anything.
My. What have I done to make you so standoffish?
There's a running theme here. I'm not saying anything.
Very well. He begins moving towards you, and steps past you. And stops right here. Esmeralda.
Strahd.
It's good to see you. It seems we parted on bad terms. Perhaps maybe we could work something out. Esmeralda, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Esmeralda, you begin to see Strahd as a very close friend, almost a confidant, as his demeanor kind of stands in the door frame there as he's staring at you.
Strahd,
Esmeralda.
my dear friend. It's been a long time.
Well, not that long. He steps forward. I believe we've met before. He turns towards you, James.
I do believe we have. I can't remember the name of the tavern, it was so long ago. But I do remember seeing you in that tavern. What brings you to our humble tower? He kind of gestures around in sarcasm.
Oh, this is your tower. Excuse me, I didn't know you were a landowner here in Barovia. Well, it's simple, really. I came here for a drink.
A drink, you say?
Yes.
Now, I have to be clear on specifics, because you are in fact a vampire, and as we both know, we have to get down to specifics.
Perhaps.
Are you gonna drink somebody's blood?
Perhaps I shall demonstrate. Esmeralda, darling, may I have a sip?
Oh no, you don't.
Dear Strahd. Yes, you may.
I wonder if I could hit Strahd with a charm purse.
I'd like deer on his butt.
Okay.
Right.
He goes into to a little sample of Esmeralda, and as he's kind of moving in, you cast your flaming sphere. Are you going to attempt anything, James?
James doesn't have a whole lot at his disposal at the moment, but
James
let me
doesn't
double check just to be sure.
I meant to put that whole spell
And
on.
Mirabelle, you're kind of far away up on the third floor, but you look down, you see a bit of something going on the first floor, where the corpses of the werewolves freshly lay.
James is going to... Oh, well, this is an interesting conundrum. If I cast a spell, would do something to counter the charm, which would take precedence.
Well, the charm's already in.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, if I hit her with another mind-altering effect, how would that affect things?
Oh man, I don't know. Has there ever been like a hierarchy for that sort of thing?
Not that I know of.
How about this?
That's why I'm asking.
I think we'll do whoever has like the higher saving throw.
Oh.
Does that kind of makes sense though, right? Because it's like he's a stronger, more well-versed caster of it.
That is entirely fair.
Okay. I'm not trying to like pick a thing that would be.
Currently that path is insurmountable. But,
correct. It's not forever.
Well, James has nothing to do. He was gonna cast Crown of Madness on Esmeralda.
Oh jeez. Okay. Well, he goes in to bite, and he gets a flaming sphere in his butt. I was about to say a slaming fear.
Yeah.
He needs to make a dex save.
Shaming
A dex
fear.
save. A blaming deer.
With his booty.
Oh, he fails! He
Yeah.
takes 7
His
damage.
booty
He takes
is
7
not very dexterous. He got a
He goes,
slow butt.
oh my, oh my.
And then I turn into a thing.
What
Oh.
thing do you turn into?
because that was my bonus action. With my action, what was my big thing? I don't
Something big. Oh, the elk?
It was the bear.
No.
Elks are big.
It had 2 attacks, and I was real excited about it.
Was it a big badger?
Gorilla's good.
I think it was Giant Badger. Hang
Oh,
on.
I'm pretty sure it was Giant Badger.
Yeah.
You like that Giant Badger quite a bit.
He has so few hit points, though.
That's true.
Let's go with Big Horse.
Big Horse.
We're
A
gonna
little
go.
horse joins the battle.
I believe I can go War Horse, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll throw it in there when I get a second. I'm
Okay.
looking.
I believe Warhorse is in there. It should be copy. It'll be under copy of Warhorse. Yes, because there's already Warhorse in the thing. In the thingy doohickey.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to become a horse.
Yeah, that was my act.
Okay.
Oh, look at that thing! He's gorgeous!
He's a
Ooh.
pretty boy. Let me give you sight with that.
That's a big friggin' horse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
That's a 10-foot wide horse.
I can see a very small sliver of this horse, and it's big.
Does it? Can you see? Can you see it?
No, I can't move with him anymore.
Oh, because it's like wonky.
Okay, that's better.
You got it? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Can you see as well?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, I can't get in there. Oh, balls. I didn't think about this. Oh, well.
Not just yet. He after you do that, he stops, and he turns and he says, "Violence? Are you going to commit violence against the ruler of this land? That tends not to work out well for adventurers like yourselves." Oh, you're a horse now.
Has it been 6 seconds?
It has. He
He
turns.
gets it again!
He turns. Oh no! I mean, as far as hold on. Cool
Dang
your
it.
jets. This there, killer.
I want to
Talking
burn
is a
this thing
free
alive!
So,
He turns towards. Oh,
I was gonna say, well, is he done? Is he done with me?
at the second you're charmed. At the
Yeah.
moment you're charmed.
Well, would I have seen him be attacked?
Yeah, you would have seen the flaming sphere hit him in the butt.
All right, then I'll throw a firebolt at the horse.
Oh dang!
And Esmeralda looks around Strahd as he's standing there ever so charmingly, and Esmeralda's face is screwed up in a kind of angry sneer, her glassy eyes staring out at the horse, and she'll cast firebolt through the doorway.
Okay, fire away.
Is my war horse wearing armor? I'm guessing not.
And she'll say, "Don't you dare hurt my friend, Strahd! Strahd!"
Okay, with an 18, I believe that's going to hit the war horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a good amount of damage. He's going to turn to Esmeralda and place a hand. No, there's no need for this. James, call off your horsewoman. And there's another one here too, isn't there? I thought there were 4 of you.
Well, if we're being honest, it's James just kind of like stutters into into nothing.
That explains the rumbling. It's been some time. Well, I believe my friend and I will be off. If you need me, I'll be in the castle. Perhaps you all should come for dinner, if you like. And maybe she should stay outside. He points to the horse. If she's going to act in this way. He begins walking out with Esmeralda.
He gets a flaming spear! He's gotta walk through it!
You see, he just kind of the burns kind of soak into him. He kind of absorbs them. Let me check this real quick. Yeah. The flames kind of lick at him, and he looks down. You see like these burns forming all over his body, and then when his turn arrives again, he regains 20 hit points.
What the fuck?
I don't make
Fuck
the
this
rules.
guy.
I don't make the rules. I just do them. And he just.
I turn around and I poop. And I walk away.
Well, aside from all the vulgarity, if in the future
Shit.
you are interested in seeing me again, I will be awaiting you in my castle. I don't think this will be the last time we meet here in these beautiful lands. Oh, soon again, my friends. But for now, and he reaches out a hand towards you, Esmeralda.
I take it graciously. Yes, Strahd.
Let us be off.
Let's do.
And he moves over toward the horse, climbs on top, and helps Esmeralda climb up as well. And with a he takes off into the trees.
Perfect. What a dork.
He's a bit dorky.
Yeah.
Get rid of these. It now falls quiet here in the tower. As you guys kind of stand there in relative peace, as you listen as the footsteps, the hoofbeats from Strahd's horse steadily fade away. What do you guys do?
I mean, like, I'm just kind of stuck here, right?
For now, but I mean, they can send the elevator up. You can call down to them.
Yeah, James is gonna send the elevator up.
Okay. I imagine Mirabelle just kind of staying there, like, awkward, like, I don't want to bother anyone.
Super busy.
You gotta think, I'll just wait here with this unconscious woman. But you kind of sit there for a second, and eventually you watch as the elevator comes up to the third floor. Are you going to be bringing the woman with you?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. How are you doing it?
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna pull her over.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Make me a. I mean, it's just slow going. It's certainly something you can do.
Okay.
But as you guys move on to the next section,
Mhm,
together, your combined weight,
mhm.
lower high.
Hi.
Okay. You feel it kind of give for a moment underneath of your weight. The ruined kind of floorboards, just for a moment, begin to give a bit under your weight, until you manage to just barely get onto the elevator in time, and then you guys head down.
Huzzah.
What's that? Oh, I thought you were asking. I thought you were asking
No.
something.
No,
Okay.
Just happy to be joining the rest of the group.
Bring you down there. You guys watch as Mirabelle comes down with the unconscious woman. Both of you recognize her from when you were in the woods. All those days ago, back just before you got to Barovia. You see her unconscious lying there. What do y'all do?
I'm tending to my wound.
All right.
Why do we have a flea bag still kicking around?
Well, she said that the big guy, that he was taking the children, and I don't know, she wanted to save the children, and I'm a sucker, so we knocked her unconscious, and I kept her up there.
Well, I understand the sentiment. and perhaps we shall usher her out of our possession should she awake. That being said, I feel like the recent events we've incurred have really put the pressure on us to complete our goal.
I couldn't tell really what was going on. Kind of hard to hear.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
Oh,
I mean,
was that in
like,
character? Sorry.
it's kind of hard to hear there.
Well, Strahd came and absconded with our friend who had just arrived. In an unfortunate turn of circumstance. And I have seen Olivia wield powerful magics, but even they are not nearly enough
Oh, good.
in the face of our good friend Strahd.
Okay. Then yes, we need to. How are three of us gonna do this?
I get up and walk over to the woman and I shake her.
She is unconscious. She's gonna need some time to wake up. You see, she's still breathing. But if you guys want, you can take a rest, and she should probably be up by the time you guys are done resting.
Long rest, ho!
Long rest, ho!
Are we gonna long rest then here?
It's up to you guys.
Oh.
She is going to need a long rest before she gets her 1 hit point back.
Her 1 hit point.
Well, until she's back up and running. But again, that's up to you.
If we're gonna rest here, we should find.
Do any of you have any silver by any chance?
Nope.
I point at the sword that he probably still has because Esmeralda never asked for it back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Forgotten loot. Oh yeah!
Well, she was kind of mixed up in the head.
Hey, at least now she won't be mad about her cart. I don't.
True.
I do not say in character.
What was that again, Chris?
It was I believe, a silver short sword. Amy, do you remember what it was you gave him?
It was the. I know she had.
Oh yeah.
She tossed a sword.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was the only. That was. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's a silver short sword. That it's not magical. It's just silvered.
All right.
Yeah.
That's certainly a thing.
She had it. She kind of tossed it your way in order to take care of some of the beasties before she had her mind frazzled and whisked away by the bastard there.
Well. Okay, so you guys are taking a long rest, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys lay down to rest.
Give me a second. I'm testing this. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Good. Question. I believe there were only 2 of you. I may have forgotten, but double check. I believe there were only 2 of you that had gotten bitten, and one of them was Esmeralda. I think the other one was you, Olivia. Correct?
Yeah.
Interesting. How does the watch go for everyone? What's the watch order? I mean,
I think the watch order would be somebody up front for the first 4 hours, or you guys could you 2 split 2 hours between yourselves, and then James, having completed his long rest by that time, is more than willing to stay up for the other 4.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay, Olivia, you go first. Olivia, what do you do after your watch?
After?
Yeah.
Probably just make sure my wound isn't infected
Okay.
and try to get some.
Get some sleep. Interesting.
You're like, no, that's not what happens.
No.
Stupid girl.
Olivia, your watch goes by fairly normally. It doesn't seem like anything crazy happens. It's relatively quiet here. Once you guys move all the werewolf corpses out, so you can rest peacefully, not on the bodies of a dead werewolf. And once your watch is up, you go to sleep. You do what you have to do, and then go to sleep. Mirabelle, it's about the same. You sit on watch while everyone's kind of asleep, except for James, who's in this weird trance. Zuleika does kind of stir in the night just a little bit. The werewolf lady, she does kind of stir in the night just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And then once you're done, James, you step up and do your watch as well. Olivia, while you're sleeping, you have a bit of a weird experience. Allow me to explain. You find yourself. You're dreaming. You know you're dreaming, at least. You know you're not in the material plane. Not anymore. You're somewhere else. You're in your own mind, you think? You get the feeling that this is you. And you're kind of standing there, and it's pitch black in here, save for this weird glowing mist that kind of rises up to your knees. You kind of pause and look out over everything for a moment, and then you see a shift in the darkness. Just this kind of weird presence. You aren't alone in here. And you hear this low kind of growling voice call out to you. The wolf has you. Give in to it, and you will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Fight it, and you will die. The choice is yours. He kind of walks back and forth, just kind of pacing like a predator. What do you do?
Do I have my things on?
Yeah, you can feel like your druidic energy inside of you.
I grab one of my stones that I keep with me, and I cast magic stone on them and throw it at him.
Okay, don't worry about rolling. You
Cool.
you throw it. You throw it into the shadows, and you hear the impact. It's a deafening thud, and it says, "Fine." And then you hear scratching as it turns and begins to settle into a running stance. And it just begins moving as fast as it can towards you. And in a moment, once it passes into your dark vision, you can see it, and it's this giant wolf, covered in scars. You can see it's just this entity that is moving towards you incredibly quickly, and it leaps through the air and pounces onto you, and at that moment, you wake up. James, you watch as Olivia startles awake.
You alright there?
I just roll over.
Olivia, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Aye, cool.
She's in her feels, okay?
And she's in her feels. There's a lot going on. Well, fuck! Okay.
She's in her feels.
She's in her feels.
That was almost a crit.
It was one away from a crit, yeah. A crit, yeah.
Crit, yeah!
One sec.
Chris throws away all his plans to turn Olivia into a werewolf. Oh shit. I don't like it when you do that. Don't do that.
Yay.
Meanie pants.
Eventually you guys all wake up, and the werewolf woman. Sorry, Amy, I never checked this. Are you recording?
Yeah, I've been recording.
I assume you are, but I didn't
Yeah.
clear it with you. That's my bad.
No worries. Yeah, I gotcha.
You watch as the werewolf woman kind of stirs awake now, and looks up at all of you. I'm alive. She kind of pats herself. Well, I'm hurt a little, but you all saved me. And yeah, the long rest has completed.
Well, save, I suppose, is a relative term in this situation. You are still here, and I assume you are still under some kind of duress.
Sorry, one sec. I'm just getting things up right now. She kind of looks up. Is Kirill dead? The big one. Is the big one dead?
Oh, yep. Dead as a doornail, James says as he kind of like points out the door where they've stacked a burning pile of werewolf corpses.
Thank God. Okay. Well, she kind of stands up. Is she bound in any way?
We agreed to bind her. I just think that James has kept his silver short sword on him the whole night.
Okay. She kind of stands up. Her hands kind of bound. She says, "Look, I'm sorry about how we met. I had a job to do. But something bigger is... There's something bigger than that now. Kirill may be dead, but the rest of the pack is still out there. He was making the children fight each other. My children, our children, the pack's children. They were fighting each other to secure a place in the pack. The weak were killed, culled like animals. Please, the rest of the pack is still there. I can't do it alone. Could you please help?"
James checks his watch. Well, I don't have anywhere to be for the next... Well, for a while. What do you all say?
I mean, I didn't keep her alive for no reason.
I suppose that's a very morbid way of putting that, but sure.
You guys did have a couple things. There was Yesterhill, that you had promised the Mardikovs you would clear out. Well, not really promised, but you just kind of said you would. And then there was also the ruins of Berez, which you guys were interested in. That wasn't really a commitment thing, but just so you guys don't think there's nothing.
Now, I do have a question for our werewolf friend here.
Yeah?
I didn't catch your name, first and foremost.
Oh, I'm Zuleika.
Well, hello there, Suleika. I have a bit of a proposition for you, if the rest of my comrades would be alright with that.
Okay.
We scratch your back, you scratch ours type of situation. We have an unfortunate problem to deal with up on Yesterhill. If we stop this whole pack shenanigans, would you be willing to help us up there on Yesterhill?
On Yesterhill. You're trying to fight the druids?
Something to that effect, yes.
I can promise myself, once the rest of the pack finds out that Kirill is dead, they're either gonna fight amongst each other or try to fight me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring the pack to heal, but if I can, I'll do it. But after that, I would prefer we go our separate ways.
That seems entirely reasonable to me. How do you feel about that, Mirabelle? Olivia?
Some help would be nice, so yeah.
What happens if someone's been bitten? What's the course of events that takes place?
She looks up. Kinda looks. Oh. Well. You should have a seat. She kind of moves. She kind of.
I'm not a baby that you need to tell what to do. Just tell me.
Have you been visited by the wolf yet? Your wolf?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do?
I threw a rock at it.
Okay.
It's a really strong spell. Okay.
Oh no! I mean, yeah. I get
Yeah.
it.
I killed one of your brethren with one yesterday. Went straight through his head. So yeah, don't make fun.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Good.
I don't know. Usually we just accept it. I don't know what that will bring. But you see, we can control it. And she kind of looks and she transforms into a full-on werewolf. We can control it. I don't know if that's the same for you now. I suppose we'll find out.
What happens if I can't control it?
Well, you know the werewolves who change on the full moon? I'm sure you've heard stories.
Yeah.
I think you become one of them. And then
And
either the beast consumes you entirely, or you control it. And you hold some semblance of yourself. And then she switches back. Shit.
And I look at James and Mirabelle.
Well, you did have a penchant for turning into animals before. I don't see how this is any different.
That's true. And
It's
you've
just
got
now
plenty
they're
of
more
control over
canine
that.
themed.
What was this woman's name?
I'm Zuleika.
I don't want to put my friends at risk.
Well, I don't know what you could change anytime you see the full moon. It's almost like there's a 1 in 10 chance at any point that the full moon could show up. Because Barovia is really weird. It's almost like there's some kind of weird polyhedral dice somebody will roll.
Whoa.
Polyhedral moon, and sometimes it lands full moon side up.
Sometimes.
Where's it now?
Either way, I think every day that you're out here and you're in the full moon's light, you're gonna have to battle it.
What if I didn't?
If you didn't, well, I guess you'd be like me. But there was a person before the wolf. I don't know who that was.
What do you mean?
There was a Zuleika before the wolf. After I got bit and accepted it, I became something else, and slowly but surely that part of me died.
You don't remember anything.
No, I don't remember anything from before I was the wolf. It's not that bad of a life. We just have to make deals with Strahd every now and then, bring adventurers in.
Well, that sounds like a bad deal. You're basically condemning people to their death.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you just saw a werewolf out and about, you'd probably kill us too.
Well, yeah, when you're inviting people into their doom. Being assholes.
I won't fight you on that one.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because it's true.
Alright, so is that where are we doing that then? Are you all willing to help me?
think, Olivia?
Well, this is Keely blindly saying, sure, because I missed the explanation. But, I mean...
you were...
Yeah. No, it's fine, though. It's fine,
Okay.
though. Here's the thing. And I'm gonna be very blunt with everybody here right now. I either stay with you guys and try to fight this thing that's inside me, and risk putting you guys in harm's way every single time I do. Or I help these people and see if I can't make life better for them, and essentially me if and when I join them.
That sounds like a fair enough trade-off.
At least if we help her, while we're doing that, if something happens to me that I put you guys in harm's way, she can put me down.
Would any of you happen to know how to make alchemist fire?
Is that a joke?
No.
Is that your attempt at humor?
No, it isn't. I suppose maybe in some way it is. You have survived worse than we have survived worse for the most part. Than a little lycanthropy. We'll move past this, and all such as that. But it was a serious question.
No, I don't know how to make alchemist fire.
No.
I suppose that answers that.
Okay.
So,
give me 1 sec. Doing a...
Yeah, so Zuleika, if you would be so kind as to lead us back there, I do believe we have a date with some more werewolves.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Give me 1 second to finish putting things onto a thing.
I have one more question for you, though.
Yeah?
If we help you, and you help us, and we part ways and all of that, can you guarantee we'll be safe from your people in the future?
If I have control of the pack, then yes, I can get.
Okay.
We will owe you for giving us a future.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I can show you where the den is, and we can head there now. Do you guys? This is Chris. Would you guys want to leave now, or do you want to explore a little bit more?
I think we should scavenge the Wizard's Tower for any supplies we could garner before we leave.
Okie doke. Okie doke.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So who's going up? Who is investigating? Who's doing what? So starting here in this room. I'm in the wrong. Give me 1 sec.
Just out of curiosity, I assume that James has been informed about the state of the upper levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's all right with you four, I'm going to stay here and search through these crates here marked on the map. I fear for my own personal safety should I climb the upper floors. I would suggest someone of a smaller demeanor take that job.
I'll go upstairs.
Okay. As soon as you begin approaching the elevator, Olivia, the statues surrounding it begin to turn and move, and you watch as they pull on the chains to make the elevator operate. And it seems to be operating like on a whim. And as you step on, it begins bringing you up and up and up, and you pass through here, and you pass through here. and then you come all the way up to the top. And allow me to read this area real quick. Unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation, and although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it is plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through arrow slits as well as through dirt-caked windows with broken shutters. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower's roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys, around which hang iron chains that supports the tower's elevator platform. And just as you get to the top, James, you down the bottom, are looking through those crates.
Yep.
You flip one open, and it is empty, and you soon realize all of them are empty.
Oh, well, that's a real shame.
That's a real damn shame. Okay. With that, Olivia, you're up in this room. What would you like to do?
Are there any vials of alchemist fire? Because I'm going to avoid those.
Actually, James needs you to acquire those for an idea he has.
No, fuck your idea. I avoid the fire if there's any.
All we gotta do, Olivia.
You're on the bottom floor, I can't hear you.
All we have to do, Olivia.
Okay.
I dig around. I see if there's anything useful up here.
All right. Where would you like to start? The desk.
Sure.
Okay. So starting with the desk. Let me check. Okay, looking at the desk, you can see, you begin moving towards it, and you see that some of the drawers are already pulled open. Many of them seem to have been rifled through. There's a lot of blank pages in here. And you can see on the desk itself is a square where dust seems to have settled. And then there's a spot where there is no dust, and there's nothing there in that spot.
I want to take a good look around and see if there's anybody hiding in here.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Boo.
Boop doop. No, you do not see the person hiding in here. I mean, you don't see anybody hiding in here.
I go, hello. And then I say it in Gnomish, Undercommon, Sylvan, Primordial, and Druidic.
Nope, and nope. Nothing, no answer.
Alright, I start digging through the drawers. Alright, well, if anyone's in here, I'm just gonna dig through your shit.
You begin digging through the drawers. You don't find anything of note in there. There's still, however, the chest.
Yeah. Gimme.
Okay. As you move over to the test, make me a perception check. 24. Double 24s. The chest smells strongly of lavender.
I open it.
You open it up, and inside you see a severed human head.
Oh, God!
You looking at it, it appears to be a Vistana.
God!
Vistani, it's like kind of sitting. It's at the back of the head is currently on the bottom of the chest, and it's just staring up at you. Its eyes wide. It is a very waxy complexion. It looks like somebody has gone through a lot of work to keep this thing embalmed.
Oh, okay. You said there's window slits? Can I open one of the windows?
There's yeah. You can open one of the windows. This one in particular is big enough.
Okay, I take the head and I throw it out. I go to throw it out the window.
Okay. James and Mirabelle, give me a perception check.
Dodger.
Do you see the head falling from the upper floor?
Mirabelle, you hear what sounds like a rock falling outside. impacting the ground. Very dull, like kind of thud outside.
I'm gonna go look outside.
Okay. You look out and you see what looks to be like it's like a little mound of hair. It's really weird looking.
I'm gonna walk over to it.
You walk over and discover a waxy, severed human head.
Olivia, what the hell are you doing up there?
There's a head!
I see that.
Don't touch it!
Okay.
Alright, I keep digging for shit. Did I find anything else?
Let me check.
I'm just gonna dig through everything.
There-
I want to find any hidden compartments or anything. I'm desperate.
You see a suit of armor.
Is there anything in it? Is there anyone in it? I start rattling the suit of armor.
You start shaking the suit of armor, and the
Yeah.
the head comes off and bounces. On the helmet comes off and bounces.
Boo.
You also see there is a stove in here as well.
I open the stove.
You open the stove. Looking inside, maybe investigation check. 18. 18. You look through, and you can see little scraps of paper in here. Some of it, mostly burned paper. You don't manage to see any writing, however.
No writing on the paper that's still there.
No, and it's all just scraps. It's like corner pieces and like small parts of it.
God, this is lame. Are there any books? Are there any vials?
The square of no dust on the desk seems to be vaguely book-shaped.
Oh. I
Oh,
touched the square.
Touch the square. It is
Anything there?
You touch the desk. There's a desk.
Fucking.
Chris, I have a question that probably isn't going to be answered how I expected it to. Could someone use, for say, mending, to unburn a piece of paper and see what's on it?
Yeah. Not to see what's on it. You can mend paper to like bring it back, but it doesn't replace the ink that was on it.
Ah,
Gotcha.
good ruling. Yep, I like that.
This fucking. There's no vials. There's no bottles. There's no. This was my hope for a cure.
There's nothing in here. It seems this place was picked clean.
I leave.
Make an intelligence check. You remember seeing a book inside of the carriage.
Fucking god! I go downstairs.
Okay. As soon as you step into the elevator, they just and you come down. You guys come down. You watch as Olivia comes down to the bottom floor with nothing in her hands. Zuleika just kind of looks at you, just kind of shrugs. Are we ready to go?
It would seem that way. Anybody else want to do anything while we're here?
Let me try something. Olivia, if you don't mind, if you trust me. It's just
She
an
nods.
idea. I don't know if it'll work, but it's just an idea. And I'm going to walk over and put my hand on her shoulder and do that.
Hey. Okay. Let me see. Let me check real quick. I'm just gonna check in a second. Real quick to find out. Okay. You place your hand on her shoulder, and for a moment you kind of detect something's different. Something's very different about her as you place your hand on her, and your kind of curative magic enter her system. And you kind of, it's weird. It's kind of like a guided, when you use it, it's kind of like you're kind of guided to the source of corruption or disease or something like that. And you feel yourself kind of guided towards her mind. And as you come up to it, you spot two glowing, it's like you shut your eyes for a moment and you spot two glowing yellow eyes that are just staring at you in pitch black darkness, and it kind of just repels you off. You would need something a bit stronger, maybe like a 5th level restoration spell.
I kind of figured, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
seemed worth a shot. Well, okay, I tried.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. We'll figure it
If
out.
anybody should be sorry, it's me. But
You're gonna be sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry now.
is that my wolf?
That's what's your wolf, yeah. Okay. With that, I'm guessing you guys head out. Unless anybody else has tricks up their sleeve.
No, I think, yeah.
Okay. Let us go back to the world map. Oakley dokely. Zuleka kind of steps out and she just says, we're gonna have to go over to the Luna River crossing and go through the woods there, the Svalich woods. And she says that a little part of the map comes clear. The den is on the far
Where?
side. The den is on the far side of Lake Baratok.
Where?
Oh, up here. You can see the word now.
Oh.
You guys head out.
Everywhere else but.
You guys are not walking for very long. It's maybe you get across the bridge here, and you're about to head off into the woods when you spot a strange sight. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna see what's the highest passive. Olivia, as you guys are walking up ahead, you actually, for a moment, you smell them before you see them. And it's weird. You've never had a sense of smell this strong before. And
Oh,
it's just-
fuck me.
it's slight. And you see them. You smell them before you see them, and then you look over and you see what appears to be 4 cloaked figures, kind of walking down the road towards you. A couple of them have bows. One of them is seems to be like a lithe, kind of humanoid-looking woman, and they are walking. They're walking towards you. They don't seem to notice your presence.
Did I recognize them?
That's a train.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. No, you do not recognize them if they're
Quick!
walking towards
In
you.
the trees! Go in the trees.
I'm going in the trees.
James obliges.
Okay. You guys head into the trees. Make me stealth checks.
Oh, I'm so good at this.
Yay!
I don't know why it did that twice, but it doesn't matter. It was terrible.
No worries.
Oh, we are fucking baller at this,
You
you
guys are great at
guys.
this.
Look at how cool we
So stealthy.
You guys are you guys kind of hide in trees. You think you're all hidden pretty well. Olivia, you kind of see a spot where you can climb up real quick and get into a tree. That's a secret tool we're gonna use later.
I can get into trees now?
You kind of get in there real quick. It's a low kind of branch, and it looks sturdy to you.
Oh, fuck me.
And you watch as these 4 figures are moving along. One of your companions here, one of the hunters you're with, turns to you and says, "We didn't find nothing. None of them fucking wolves are nothing. Amy, if you would like
Oh.
to describe your
Oh,
character.
Sure, sorry. I kind of nod curtly at him and look over into the mist and the haze, and who you're looking at is a female half-elf. She is a bit lanky and has angular features. She's about 5'10", so she's about like a few more inches taller than the man she's speaking to. She's wearing these thin-framed rectangular spectacles, and she has on this kind of dark coat that looks thick, that covers her kind of ratty clothes that kind of brushes the ground around her ankles. She is wearing a kind of a small cap on her head, and out from underneath the cap you can see jaggedly cut blonde hair, and her green eyes are kind of darting around, and she says, well, it doesn't look like we're able to find them, I suppose. We've been looking now for a while. Is there anywhere else that you think they may have gone?
You seem to be focused in this area, I don't... And right as they're talking, in between the two of you, you watch as a tree branch breaks and falls in the middle of the road. And on it, you see a small, purplish, gnomish woman who is just kind of curled up onto the branch.
Well, hello.
Hi.
You live in this tree. It seems as if you're...
I don't live in the tree.
Oh, sorry then. Well,
Although I could, because I'm very resourceful like that. I just don't live in the tree.
Of course you are. Were you spying on us?
No, not really. That wasn't really what are you doing? What are you doing here?
Oh, well, it's okay if you're spying on us. I'm looking for some creatures here in the forest. My name is Saletha Fenmarel. What is your name?
Olivia.
Oh.
Just to give you a hand, Amy, you and these Barovian scouts had left some time ago from Vallaki to hunt wolves that were in this area. From what I gathered, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've kind of been here in Barovia for a little while, and you've kind of solidified yourself as somebody who kind of goes out and does adventuring type things.
Sure.
So they kind of brought you along.
Right. It goes along with her ultimate goal. She I think she had learned about the mist, and there were rumors that it led somewhere that isn't typically found. So she's been in Barovia for a little while now, getting a lay of the land, and she'd heard about these wolves, and being someone from the city and an urchin, she's fascinated by these feral creatures, so she was definitely interested to see them. And she says, well, it's delightful to meet you. Have you seen any wolves nearby?
Why?
Oh, we're hunting them. Yes, we are hunting them, and I simply wanted to observe them in their natural habitat, and I have been in here in Barovia for a little while. Are you new to the land, to Barovia?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Why? Okay, you want to see them in their natural habitat by hunting them down?
Oh, well, I I didn't think we were going to. Were we going to hunt them? Were we going to kill them? I was unclear on that part. Sorry. We weren't going to kill them, right?
You watch as the scouts kind of look at each other, and then the one you had been talking to before looks at you. Their pelts sell for quite a pretty penny.
Oh dear.
They're
And
pelts. You know they're people. You know that, right?
at this time, she looks down at Olivia and back to the scouts, and she just starts kind of pulling at her hair underneath her cap, and with one hand, and then biting her nails with the other. She's, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, my goodness.
As you're looking around, your eyes kind of darting through the trees and everything, you spot there are two more people on the edges of the tree there, and I'm gonna give one more roll in just a second because your passive perception is somehow a bit higher than theirs. You do have an 11 pass, Amy.
Oh yeah, 11.
Okay. Yeah, so you spot two people, two more humanoid figures, one of which is fairly small, and the other seems to be an elven.
Are those your friends over there, Olivia? And she's kind of like pulling at her blonde hair. And she kind of pats the top of her cap to push it closer over her head. And she looks back to the scouts and says, well, these pelts, how much are they worth? I mean, you can't kill all of them, can you? I mean, they're defenseless little animals, right?
They're not defenseless. To be
kind
fair.
They kind of look between each other. Madam, it seems as though I've made a mistake.
Well, it seems as if I have as well. I won't be the first, or nor the last, I'm sure.
Me and the lads is thirsty, so
Okay.
we're gonna head back to town. You go ahead and hang out with your friends here.
Oh, very well then. Very well.
And he lights up a pipe, and as he's stepping by, he turns to you, Olivia, and says, "She's your problem now."
Oh my goodness. Well, that was
As he walks
offensive.
off.
I am offended, by the way. That's fine. You said that. I'm standing right here. You just said that, but that's okay. That's fine. Be safe. Don't die in that. Oh my goodness. Well, he was a delight. So he's left me out here. He's left me out here now. Huh.
I want to wait until they're gone.
It's not. It doesn't take long. They're over the bridge and out of the way before
I
long.
wave the others out from the wood.
Zuleika steps out.
At this time, as she sees them exit, she sort of like composes herself, and she clasps her hands behind her back, and for a moment she's not moving, she's standing still, but then she begins to sway a little bit. Hello there. Hello everyone. I'm Sileth Fenmarel. I'm a wizard of some repute. I'm from Baldur's Gate. Originally, it's delightful to meet you all. Really lovely, really nice, really lovely. I don't want to impose myself upon you, but it looks as if I am alone out here now, and I think you know by now that that's not good. Not good at all. So. Sorry. Oh no! By all means, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
James does a little bow. The name is James Dean Beauregard. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, yours as well, Mr. Beauregard. Where are you from originally? That is an interesting accent.
I am from the township of Daggerford. It has exploded in popularity recently, but it for a long time it was simply a backwater.
Ah, well that's fascinating. Very good. And at this point, she begins to kind of scratch the back of her leg, and she's kind of looking down. She's like, "Oh, there's there's terrible bugs here, aren't there?" And there really isn't anything on her. There's no bugs, but she's kind of scratching away, and she's like, "Oh goodness, the bugs. Sorry, I have itches sometimes." So yes, and you, you are not with them. You certainly are not dressed the same.
Is this to Mirabelle?
That's towards Zuleika.
Oh, no, I'm
I don't
not-
think she's gonna hurt you. You can be honest.
well, I'm one of the wolves they were hunting.
Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, really scary, big pointy teeth, all that.
You're not gonna hurt her, are you?
Oh, well, okay. I often see things, and it's entirely okay. But you are actually not a wolf. I'm sorry, but you're not a wolf.
Oh.
You're a person.
Sorry. Right.
You're not actually a wolf. I don't mean to offend you. I mean, I know we all have our own animals that we think we're like. I think I'm a bit like a weasel sometimes.
You remind me of somebody so familiar. Can't put my finger on it.
As you're speaking, Silith, she just goes, she's like trying to interrupt you and get a word in, but then you watch as her form just, and she shifts and she turns to a wolf. This is more. This is the wolf I'm talking about.
I'll be damned! Look at that! Look at that, everyone! Look what she can do! Oh, that's fascinating. How interesting. Okay, I'm gonna make some notes here in my journal, if that's okay. Just a quick note about you, if that's all right. Wow, that's quite good. That's wow. Okay, that's lovely. And she just kind of like
Somebody put a bucket on her head.
she
Please.
takes her bag off, and she's kind of like, "Oh no, this won't work. Oh, all my quills are dry. They're all dry." And she's like losing her mind, trying to find something to write with. And she grasps like the bitten off nub of what's left of a pencil, and she kind of like sits cross-legged in the middle of the street and begins drawing, trying to sketch a little bit of what she's looking at, and making notes and diagrams. And oh yes, and oh, look at your canines. That's fascinating. You do use those to tear off meat from the bone. Yes, you eat like that in that form. Fascinating. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of like, she's looking up through her spectacles, kind of down her lap, just making some notes. And she finishes up, and she kind of grabs all of her notes and shoves them back in her bag, very haphazardly. And she grasps her big sack and throws it over her arm again. Her tiny, slender shoulder is kind of like bent at an angle because of all the books and weight in it. And she says, so you can do this all the time, back and forth.
Yeah, and she switches back into Zuleika. Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
We're gonna go help some more of them. Do you want to come with us?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Oh, damn it.
She's on this side of thrilled, and she begins to like to gnaw at her thumbnail, and she'll kind of like pepper you with questions as she's walking up. She'll ask you about what you're wearing, about like who you are, who your family is. It's just question after question after question.
I pulled James and Mirabelle aside, and I'm like, it's probably better we keep her around just in case she goes after those hunters again and tells them what happened.
I'm of the opinion that you're probably right. Plus, she seems like decent enough company. It
She
is.
can stop talking?
Well, provided that, yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're on the same page.
What are we speaking about over here? What's this now?
In Gnomish, I say, what a lovely day we're having.
Oh, I don't actually know that language. I do know a few. Do you know a little bit of? And she kind of throws her voice to like a low growl, and there's this like otherworldly, fiendish sound coming out of this kind of lithe, lanky half-elf, blonde half-elf, and she says in Infernal, she says, "You are delightful," and it's like.
I like that Infernal has a word delightful.
James
Don't
throws down
Ever
his silver
swear
axe.
at me again.
Oh, no, it was simply Infernal. Oh, do none of you know Infernal? Oh, it's a fascinating language. I'll have to tell you, I'll have to teach you a few curse words, just one or two that I know.
I like shit. That's a pretty good one.
What languages do the rest of you know?
Now I kind of want to be a fucking werewolf.
Mr. Beauregard, what languages do you know? I love languages, I love them.
Oh, I am a practitioner of the basics. You know, common, elven, dwarvish, celestial, sylvan,
Celestial.
primordial.
Celestial, really? Oh, it's so hard to learn, isn't it? All the different enunciations for the words, the fact that there are hundreds more verbs than simple common. It is a brilliant language, but difficult to learn. I'm quite impressed.
Of course. Primarily, I learned it during a stint in which I took up calligraphy, as it's got such a beautiful script. But, however, I find myself not the artistic type, aside from my ability to play an instrument well.
Oh, I see. Well, I was only really lucky to learn Infernal after I was taken off the streets of Baldur's Gate. You see, I lived many years as an urchin there. Yeah, I had no home, and I ate rats, but I was taken pity on and given an education in the School of Transmutation. Does anyone else practice transmutation here?
I mean, I can turn into a horse.
Ooh, that's quite nice. Well, that's all well and good, of course, but can you take matter at the thin air and turn it into air, turn it into food or water or items or matter or anything of that sort?
I can create water.
Ah, yes. So, transmutation is a fascinating school, and well, I'm on a search. You see, a great ancestor of mine knew of a ritual of a spell lost long ago that is said to, when performed, create enough food and water to feed all of Toril forever. Can you believe it? I know one of the passages of this ritual. I'm looking for the others, and eventually I hope to perform this. Well, eventually I will perform this, because it is my destiny. Yes, I am destined to do this, you see. It's pretty important.
I'm just gonna look at Olivia.
Right, let's go.
I am having some technical difficulties on my end, so bear with me if you will. Everything's just moving a little bit slower than usual. You can probably hear my laptop screaming in the background.
Let
You
me
guys-
die.
It says, "I will not go quietly into the night."
Can you change your question mark name to
Oh yeah, sure. You bet.
Yeah, I'm very
Because,
interested in the spelling.
yes, and also because I'm terrible at names, just as a personal on a personal level.
Oh. Fenmarel. Okay, I should be back. I should be back in the New York groove. Okay. Sorry?
Oh no, go ahead.
No, if you're... Feel free.
Mrs. Fenrir, I have a interesting question. Would you know how to produce alchemist fire or anything of the like?
Ah. Well, as it turns out, I do know a bit about alchemy. I do. I can perform a procedure, you see, on an object composed entirely of wood, stone, iron, copper, silver, and transforming it into a different one of those materials. You see, I can turn wood into iron or silver into stone. Alchemist's fire, not so much, possibly. Maybe it will be difficult, not impossible, possibly. Yeah.
Well, that's entirely fair. I suppose I was just curious, is all. We have a bad track record with Alchemist Fire here.
Ah, yes. Fascinating reagent. I have done some shopping here in Barovia, and it's interesting, the items that it's difficult to find here. In fact, Barovia on the whole is fascinating, isn't it? Have you heard of this Strahd fellow? He sounds quite bad. Quite terrible, actually.
Interesting
I
is a
don't-
way to
I
put
don't
it,
like
yes.
to speak negatively about anyone, really, but he sounds very bad. Very, very bad.
You
We
can
saw him
feel free-
yesterday.
Yeah, we saw him yesterday, and feel free to talk as bad about him as you would
Oh.
like. We've only heard terrible things, and he has done nothing to refute them. So I would consider my personal opinion that most, I wouldn't say all, but most of these rumors about him are true.
Ooh, is that right? That he enslaves people and drinks their blood and just does a bunch of nasty stuff here, and treats his people terribly and does terrible things. Well, that's bad. He needs to be stopped, I think. Yes, he does. In fact, yes. And I take it you all intend to do that at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, very good. Then we are the same mind on that. That's great. That's great. I'm excited. That's great.
Maybe you guys could tell her what we're doing with the werewolves. Since Keely has no freaking idea.
Oh yes. As of currently, we are on our way with our. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh, we've been lost to
What?
You have disappeared. Okay, there you are.
Yeah, for some reason the werewolf den is giving me a lot of issues. But we'll get
Too
there.
many shadows.
There's too much going on, I think, in the old werewolf den there. But you guys go ahead. I'm gonna try to figure this out, and we'll get there together.
Okay.
Also, yes, what we're planning to do is we're planning to take our good friend Zulandia. No, that's not what it is.
Zuleika.
My name's Zuleika.
She is now Zoolandia.
Oh.
Yep.
This is our good friend Zuleika, and we are on the way to help her reestablish control over some rowdy friends of hers, and in return, she is going to help us with some wooden pests we've had to deal with previously.
Interesting. Very good.
Make a history check, Silith.
All right. History.
Can you just say what it is, because my computer is in the process of exploding.
17.
Okay.
We're gonna have to change objectives so Chris can actually DM it.
So I can actually roll a thing. I can't even change what tab I'm looking at right now. Everything is falling apart, and it's only roll 20. I don't know something's wonky.
I found that with that, if you let it load all the map all the way before you do anything, it kind of helps. I don't know if that will help in this situation.
Perhaps we'll see. But with that roll, with a 17, Silith, you are well aware of the twig blights that kind of harry people to the south,
Okay.
the southwest there.
Okay. Oh, yes, I've heard of those things. They're nothing more than pests, aren't they? They're terrible things. This place is not... I mean, it's got a kind of beauty, but there are creatures here that I'd really rather not deal with. But yes, I think that they should be eliminated as well. Um, where are you off to now?
As I said, we are on our way to help our good friend Zuleika here, rein in some of her rowdier friends. Her pack, if you would.
Right. Have you got a plan for that?
Well, originally my plan involved tying silver coins to the outside of an alchemist fire, but
Interesting.
Well, that's not gonna happen. So
no, because we lack alchemist fire. But I suppose we try the same thing we've been good at thus far. Diplomacy, of course.
I don't necessarily like that. I see. I can't lie. I'm very bad at lying. I much prefer sort of, killing them in their sleep kind of thing. Stealth, that type of thing. So, yeah, I don't talk very well a lot.
One doesn't have to be a
Sometimes.
liar to be a good diplomat.
Oh, well, certainly. Well, I can't really. I've never persuaded anyone to do anything, I guess. Or, really talked anyone into doing anything, I suppose. But, that's fine. I really rather not talk, if that's okay. I know that, it's important to have someone be charming. I'm not the charming kind of person. And, well, when I try, it usually ends badly. Yeah. But I'll go along with whatever plan you have. It's just that I can't talk with. Yes. Sorry.
for someone who can't talk, you are doing a lot of.
Well, I'm quite uncomfortable. See, all the time. Wow, that was a lot. That was a little bit. I just am. I always have been. Just like you are.
How about you take a breath?
I
just
am
breathe.
breathing. I breathe all the time.
Stop talking.
Well,
Nope. No.
And
And breathe.
okay, I'm breathing. I'm breathing.
No. Oh my god. Okay, we'll work on it.
Okay.
and as you guys are having this conversation, you come to what seems to be something of a hill. I would move your token, but Roll20 is not cooperating at the moment. But you guys come to what appears to be a hill with a rocky outcropping poking out from it. And you see there, just ahead of you, on the other side of the tree line that you guys are looking out of, the open jaws of a wolf. Hold on. Fuck. Yeah, above the tree line, carved into the side of a rocky mountain spur, is a wide torchlit cave that looks like the gaping maw of a great wolf. And that is what you guys see as you look out.
Ooh.
And
Properly thematic.
how that, and Zuleika kind of turns to you and says, "That's the den there."
Now, out of
Actually-
curiosity, Zuleika, did you guys carve that mountain face, or did you find it like that?
It's always been like that as far as I know.
Oh yeah, that's not creepy.
Oh, that's lovely. Look how stunning. Wow. Is that natural, or did they carve it that way? I have to draw it real quick. I have to make
Can
a
I-
quick note. Let me just make some.
Can I tell if it's a natural formation? As much
Uh,
as
Make a
mean-
nature check.
nature check?
Make a paper bear.
Natural
Wow.
20!
Wow, let me check real quick.
Wow.
Wow, that's really good.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Do my Owen Wilson impression.
Please tell me you've seen that video of Chewbacca. His every time he goes, it's replaced with "wow." It's fucking hilarious. It's like wow. I'll send it. I'll put it up. It's hilarious. It's just so cute, funny, stupid, funny.
Let me see. Yes. Looking out at it, it appears to be. It's kind of hard to tell from this distance, but looking at it, it doesn't look like there's just so many imperfections and things of that nature that it almost looks like this is natural. this is like a naturally formed sort of thing. And like looking at the teeth of the wolf's mouth, it appears as though they're just columns of rock that have taken the shape of teeth, of very sharp, pointy teeth.
This is a natural formation, you guys.
About as natural as it's going to get.
As I said,
Crazy.
it seems like everything in this place is thematic.
True.
All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're an hour and a half in. We're gonna take a little break. Skis.
Maybe reset your computer.
I'm gonna do something because this is not gonna cut it.
Yep.
Something is just not. It's just not cooperating. But let me check real quick. I'm gonna check this real quick. Go here, and then if this doesn't do it this time, I'm gonna wait. But yeah, go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. Just be back like 35:37.
Okie dokie.
You got it.
Okie doke.
So I've been kind of toying around with a silly idea, and I wanted you guys' opinions on it.
What's your idea, bud?
So, I've recently had the idea to kind of slim down the idea of a mega dungeon into what I'm calling the Zone Dungeon.
The Zone Dungeon.
Yes, wherein it takes place over a significantly large area, that of a mega dungeon. But it cuts out a lot of like the useless hallways and rooms.
Okay.
Such that like your characters are in a zone, and within that zone it could be like pretty sizable. It could be like, for example, like the servants' quarters of a castle, or like a collection of buildings. But outside of that, it's really just kind of like an undefined space, and from there you have like paths that you can take to other zones. Basically, the idea is to slim down all of the useless stuff into points of interest that your characters can kind of like zip along to. So having said, like, oh, you traversed down this blank hallway for X amount of time, reaching this area. And I'm just kind of curious as to what you guys think about that.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm not. I'm kind of focused in on.
That's entirely fair. I'll ask.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be super helpful at the moment.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get.
Good plan.
I don't know what Olivia's gonna do.
It's a tobacco, a dilemma.
Okay, guys. I do not know what to do.
Did you try restarting your computer?
Also, did you turn it off and on again?
Or, restarting?
That's different.
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
Then on again.
I'll give it a shot real quick if you guys don't mind waiting.
No.
I'm
cool.
really sorry, everyone.
Unacceptable.
Go away.
Okay, I'll be back in a moment. Likely, probably, maybe.
I've
Bye.
returned with Hamburger Helper.
That's okay. He's gonna try restarting.
So I had an idea that I wanted some opinions on, if you guys would be willing to offer.
Okie dokie.
So I've been obsessed with the idea of creating a mega dungeon until I realized, oh wait, that's a shit ton of work. And so I've had an idea to kind of like slim down the idea of a mega dungeon into like zones. Basically to like cut out like the useless like unmarked hallways connecting areas of interest. Like if your like for example, if your characters were in a castle courtyard, obviously they can explore the courtyard and to their heart's extent, but they would also connect to zones like, for example, like the servants' quarters or the armory, where you wouldn't have to deal with like the useless flack of traveling through, this hallway to reach this area.
Oh.
Encountering a bunch of empty rooms along the way.
So it's like fast travel.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's meant to, like what I'm kind of working on right now is an abandoned town, and that way you don't have to worry about like filling in all of the empty houses.
Right.
It's just kind of like you can take expedient streets to like the tavern or the town square.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering how you guys feel about that, and it's not meant to like abstract it to a certain point. It's meant to like it's not going to totally get rid of dungeon map, but it is going to like you don't have to worry about connecting all of the areas so that they make sense in like an extremely accurate geographical space, and you don't have to worry about filling it with like fodder rooms or
Right.
just trying to. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I don't necessarily like sometimes the fodder and the descriptive stuff, because I'll try to write like visual scenes that you'll witness as you're moving place to place, but that isn't always necessary. So I can definitely see the being able to say, okay, so where are you going now? So you don't always have to have those in between places. You could just you could run any dungeon, I suppose, but it all would be in the same level, wouldn't it? Or different levels.
Right.
Would it be like 10 levels of dungeon, and say could it be possible to go from like the first level to the 10th level without having traversed the whole way?
Well, no. I think what I'm kind of getting at, and Michael, the man who's played Cassius, has described my idea back to me as an amusement park. The fun, but none of the all of the fun with only the illusion of intricacy and detail that comes from designing such like a grand area. Like, I don't think there's not fast travel between like the 1st and 10th floor, unless there's an elevator
Oh, I
or
see.
something that the players unlock.
Okay.
It's I'm moving from this area of I'm moving from this area of the floor
Mhm.
to this area of the floor. I'm moving from I'm moving from the armory to the water wheel area.
Right, like an amusement park would be, because every area is separate and different. So, I like it. I think that would be fun because you can literally take possibly 2 genres and mix them together. And of course I love generators. So I'm like, well, how can you make this in how can this translate to being a generator? Because you could have like an entire D20 of like 20 rooms possibly that that you could switch in between, and it would be random, and that could be cool.
No, like totally. Currently, what I'm using to design my is I'm using a flowchart creator. With going between different zones. But I think it could be done very well with a random generator.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It might be tough to get it exactly right, but I can see I can definitely see DMs who are kind of strung out, possibly with all the writing and all the world building aspect, and just want to run some cool ass rooms with um, like a DC room where you go in, you have the traps are all the same DC, and that number pretty much runs the room. Um, and you can go in there and try to survive it, or go in there and kind of like an escape room, find out a way to get out, or find the necessary bit information or anything like that.
Well, it's less me trying to do on a room per room basis. It's more like it's abstracting very large swaths of area without having to worry about detailing what stands in between the
Oh, I
like
see.
is like, for example, you have tailed and owl, like a fairly detailed map. I would say like Noble House, which kind of serves as its own place, and the players would explore that as per normal. But if they wanted, if they wanted to do the town square, they wouldn't have to traverse through streets in turns. They could just, begin walking their way there. Worry about navigation beyond their immediate area.
Uh-huh. I like it a lot. I think.
I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it would it would both be good for doing a dungeon or an urban campaign. Going into a city and needing to do a lot of things in a short amount of time. It would be an easy way to sort of, get a lot done in a session in a town there, and not, because it's fun to have the in between moments sometimes, but sometimes it can bog down everything.
Oh yeah, totally. I suppose for this is like Metroidvania games.
What's that? I never heard
The
of
way
that.
I've kind of It's the concept of exploring an
Oh.
area. It's the concept of exploring an area and being unable to area until a certain set of objectives have been completed. Usually, this could be like acquiring an item or changing something in some way. And then, as you accomplish more objectives, more areas open up, whether they be connected to old areas or you know, areas you're currently in. Like, say, if you're in Zone 1 and you get to open the area to Zone 2, and then in Zone 2 you like undo or you like unblock a dam, and then suddenly an area opens up off of Zone 1 that you couldn't access before because the water was too hot.
Oh yeah, I
Stuff
can
like
see. Yeah, that can be frustrating. But I never heard of that name for genre of game. So now I'm looking it up, and now I know what to call that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
I don't know if it's working. We will find out in just a moment. At which we will figure something out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Discord's being very, very annoying. It's all red right now, pretty much.
Jeez. It's the universe conspiring against us. All right,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the werewolf den now. Okay, it's taking a long time. Oh. Okay. Okay, page unresponsive. I'm just going to wait a little longer. Well, jeez. I don't know, guys. Everything else is working, kind of, sort of, maybe.
What do you say we go to Yester Hill first?
It's literally all in. The second I try to move around a Roll20, it just wraps.
Well, when I logged into Roll, having some kind of issues.
Oh no. Okay, make an executive decision. I'm staring at a white screen right now. Okay. Okay. Wait. Mm. Oh, the joy playing
Boy,
online.
I'm looking at the Roll20 Twitter, and they've had trouble today.
Well, like the lighting isn't working. Every time I try to do something, it stops. Like I'm trying to resize tokens at the moment, and I moved one token just a little bit, and everything halted. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa! You guys lost. Yes, yes, get a look. It's not that much though. There we go again. Okay, if we're running into this many issues, or at least I'm running into issues, you guys seem to be doing fine. I'm really sorry to do this, guys. But I think we should call it here,
All right.
and we'll pick next week, or we'll pick up next week. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I'm really sorry. I don't think this is going to work.
damn.
If I'm honest.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe just server maintenance. We can give it another shot next time. If not, I will do. If it doesn't work next week, I'll do a hand wave, because this area is really cool and I'd like to do it. But if it doesn't work, I'll do a hand wave and we will move on. And maybe I will banish this place to the shadow, for its transgressions.
Ugh.
Because yep, every little thing I do is tragic, which isn't the song.
Great. Now that's gonna be in my head the rest of the night. Fantastic. Thank you.
I'm really sorry, guys. I feel terrible, but it's my computer. If you guys all want to meet up and beat my computer up,
Okay.
that's cool.
I'll be there in an hour.
Okay, cool. I will see you guys soon. Bring your own, BYOB.
All right.
Bring your own bats.
All right. Let's see. I'll bring. What have I got on the desk here? I'll bring a Bath and Body Works candle.
Okay.
And a empty Monster can, and we'll beat it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll do an outro, right?
Okay. Cool.
We got half a session in. I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. I can move this up here for now, but the werewolf den is not going to work. So you guys stop at the edge of the trees there and look out towards the werewolf head kind of poking out from the mountainside. You see coming from within what seems to be kind of lit torches dancing between the teeth of this werewolf, this giant wolf head. Zuleika kind of looks out over the bit of field here that leads up to it. And as you guys are kind of standing there looking at it, you hear the sound of a crying child coming from inside. Just a single sobbing child is their voice echoing through the caverns here, and kind of bouncing out towards your position in the trees, kind of carried by perhaps the sorrow that he feels. And unless you guys want to do some minor RP stuff between each other, maybe do some planning or something, Zuleika could probably describe a bit of the area if you guys want to plan out. But I'm not going to be able to show you the actual map or anything today. So we can do a little bit of RP if you guys want. Before we take off.
It's just kind of.
So how about the Mets?
Celeste will wring her hands and kind of just look on everyone with kind of a plastered smile on her face.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
somebody is eating their mic.
Oh. It was me.
What were you saying, Jane?
I do have a suggestion because I had preempted this occurrence. I'm currently next in line for a Cards Against Humanity room if you guys would like to play.
I am going to pass, but I appreciate the invitation.
I think I'll pass.
I have a
think
very
I'll
big day
pass, too.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I had a big day today. So, my day was bigger than your day. It was very nerve-wracking.
Probably. I just have to go deal with the Social Security office tomorrow and get my name changed. That's
Oh.
going to be
Yay.
horrendous.
Exciting.
Oh yeah.
But thank you for the offer. That was quite nice.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I will. I'll keep in touch over the week. I'll see. I'm gonna check to make sure if this wasn't just a freak occurrence, or maybe the werewolf den is just completely bugged. If that's the case, I'm gonna make my own werewolf den. With strippers and.
That's me in that cop car. I've come to arrest her.
The cop car. If it turns out that this werewolf den is just too much for Roll20 to handle, I'll make my own and we'll do my own. We'll do my werewolf den, then I'll custom make
God.
for you guys.
Oh, now
Chris's
we're fucked.
bootleg werewolf den.
Chris's badass werewolf den full of badass werewolf that
I wonder if it would work just
Alright.
like as an independent game setup on its own.
that seems like a good idea, and I'll just we'll have one separate game for werewolf den.
For werewolf.
Yeah, because there are so many maps in this module, so it's
Yeah.
it's a really complicated one, and especially with dynamic lighting, it's curves that really get it, and of course
Ooh.
it's a unnatural cavern. It's a natural cavern, so it's all just curves and everything. So dynamic
Yeah.
lighting doesn't really like it.
Well, I
too
hope
much,
you.
but,
I hope you get it sorted because I'd really like to check that out. That would be cool.
Thank you guys for dealing with that, and I'm sorry we didn't get to do the whole game, but we will do it next week. And maybe as payment, I'll let you guys kill Strahd in here in this werewolf den.
Ooh.
And that'll be my payment to you.
Yeah,
No.
that sounds fair. That sounds fair.
Alright, night, y'all.
All right, guys. Later.
Night, everybody. Have a good week.
99.